everyone. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Justin Prince, Braden Laster, Ray Mulvihill looking through out producing as we get to the final quarter of this race. Morgan Burkhardt has controlled the race much of the way. Simon Sykes looking to battle and fight and scratch and claw, yet to come down for pit service this race. Trying to run the high side of the battle for second with Sally Mott.
I don't know if that pit strategy is going to work out with the fuel load there. And you can definitely see the driver starting to bobble a little bit. Burkhardt especially. Sally Mott gets around Simon Sykes for second. And caution's not going to come out. I believe he got one spun in the back. I believe it's neither, and it is.
Yes, indeed. From 10th position. Should say 7th. Got some help, though. Keep an eye on the 53 here.
53 is Matthew Healy. That's Trey Burke behind Nyland. Trey Burke looks at going inside. Thinks better of it. And 53 goes up the track and down the track and into Nyland.
And that is bad luck for the 36, to say the least. He's had some fair bits of bad luck throughout the night.
I'm going to have to call that probably the cold tire dance.
Not a pretty dance, to say the least, but this caution comes at an awkward time. For some, they are coming down to pit, including their leader, Morgan Burkhardt. Others, they're keeping the cars on the racetrack. You already said before, fuel mileage projected to not be comfortable for some of these drivers.
Yeah, Fix said up here tonight, only 2 gallons, right at about 25, 26 green flag miles. So Burkhardt, with the amount of caution we've had, might have been able to save, but I think ultimately had to come down there and better play it safe than sorry. And look at if you can go on Burkhardt for a second, he's drifting it in the corners trying to get heat in his rear tires. Number 14 of Burkhardt is just doing everything he can to get some heat in that tire and that new rubber there.
All each other's tires up, trying to get themselves sorted. Burkhardt, for reference, restarting at about 6th position here to lead off those who just completed pit stop service. In this one, Tolentino was your lucky dog, this caution flag. So a fun time continuing for these drivers. It's been a fun season, though, to talk about the season at length. A lot of drivers, a lot of competitive races, a lot of fun to be had in Wings and Wheels this season.
It's been a great season, a lot of great battles all season long. And Ray, I don't know what their plans are for season 2, but I'm sure they're going to be even better.
Absolutely. We're going to take input from all the drivers at the end of this season. We're going to compile a new track list and see what kind of surprises we can throw at you guys for season 2.
Are we going to see Mazda MX-5s at Daytona again?
On the road course or on the oval?
On the oval, of course.
You know, if I get my way, we will.
I love to hear it.
Burkhardt really working hard to warm up the tires, nearly spinning it from the 6th spot. Coming up to the restart here with about 21 laps to go on the season. It's Mott, it's Sykes on the front row. Greenfield and Burke in row 2. Green flag is out. Back underway. And already 3 wide past the flag stand. Burns backs out of it, so does the orange machine of Schabowski as they're bumping and banging for the top 5.
Trey Burke moves around Greenfield and Burkhardt. They're still 3rd, but bumper after period 2. Burke gets really loose on corner exit. It's going to allow Burkhardt to close up, but not before the caution is out for a parking lot here in turn 3 and 4.
Schabowski amongst those around. And they're under yellow after contact from the 60 lap down. Milazzo, who has not had a great debut on the season.
So that's on lap 20. So Schabowski there in the orange car, Milazzo in the green and black car. There, sends it in the corner. Schabowski drives right through him. And then here comes the rest of the field. Valentino checked up. Malazzo makes a little bit more contact for good measure, and they're able to get it going for the most part. A little bit more contact there. It's a double good measure.
It looks like Shabowski came through pretty unscathed in that accident, though, so good for him. One of our, he's been in multiple races this season. Good to see him back, and hopefully not much damage from this incident.
He's coming down to fix some of it, though, in the 85 camp. So drivers still being very cautious on how much damage they willingly will keep on these cars. Also of note, Hilly, coming down to pit road, it's Sally Mott, who's now your race leader with how things have cycled.
I mentioned she's been on a tear these last couple weeks. I mean, 2 podiums and a win. And she's always been in contention for about every race she's entered. But tonight she's been running, top 3, at least top 5 this entire race. So definitely a favorite to win. I'd say qualified there in 5th. And leading this one with 18 laps to go, be close to the 15-16 when they get back going green. And look who's going to be lining up behind her, Trey Burke in 3rd.
And watching Sally this season, she's been one of our constant regulars week in, week out, and seeing her do well right now is just amazing. Getting ready. I know she's flying out tomorrow to head to Martinsville, so we wish her the best of luck on Saturday.
Trying to gain some valuable experience here, to say the least. Try and see what the race may be like and what may be in store once these drivers let them loose in full competition at the Paperclip this weekend. But remember, those with some fresher tires and some fuel, Burkhardt is closing from 4th. We'll see how that car goes.
It's going to be a fun one to watch here, final closing laps.
And coming up to the restart. Mott alongside Sykes. But the 14 is the quickest car on track currently, as Glenn Richardson says, I'm taking a wave around, thank you very much. Zips around the leaders. That gets him back on the lead lap for this restart. 15 laps to go from the Paperclip. Mott ready to get through the gears. Green flag is out. Back on her way. Mott clears for the lead for now. And slamming the door is Sykes.
Look at the driver working the way around the outside. Morgan Burkhardt on the fresh tires. Gets around Trey Burke there for 3rd. They'll bob off the corner. Trey Burke going to fall back to 4th. And Burkhardt now looking for 2nd.
Oh, in more trouble. Sykes around again for the lead. Burke gets collected. Caution flag is out as your champion Soto also clashes in. More join in on the fun.
It's going to be identical to the lap 1 wreck with Simon Sykes. And we have basically made a Walmart parking lot here down in turn 3 and 4. Sykes, the 2nd car there, is going to get a huge run. Sends all the momentum to the bottom, to the left rear of Sally Mott. Sally Mott will keep it going. Sykes around. Here comes the rest of the field.
No place for Burke to go. No place for a lot of people to go. And there's that big one we were expecting at some point. It comes late.
Okay, if you haven't used your fast car already, this is a great moment to take a brand new car with a 10-lap shootout. But let me tell you, a key aspect of this wreck is Brian Shabowski and Malazzo one more time. Shabowski checked up for us. Either another replay here, riding on board. Gets sent down the track. And what a crazy point of view. To see Malazzo there, just slamming it into everyone. But that Shabowski went to go check up and avoid the wreck, not getting damage. I had to avoid it. Malazzo just went into the wreck, guns ablaze, and made contact with everyone that he could.
Caution. 3 cautions. And now Burkhardt is up to 2nd with the chaos that surrounded him It's going to be fun to see what happens with this 14 car.
It's definitely going to be fun to see what Burkhart's able to do on the fresh tires. I think he's finally got heat in them where he's satisfied, he's content. Greenfield, a driver we haven't talked about all night. They're in third. Matthew Healy able to overcome that penalty later in this race and able to get back there with a shot to go win it in fourth. And Garrett Britton, the new kid on the block. I don't want to call him a kid. He's probably one of the more older drivers in this field. They're running in fifth. Quiet night for him so far. Trey Burke, by the way, has taken to the garage, has got himself a Martinsville hot dog. Fun hot dog fact real quick for JP. You know, Martinsville known for the hot dog, aka the glizzy. For the NASCAR weekend, they typically sell over 50,000 hot dogs across the entire weekend here.
That's a lot of hot dogs.
That's a lot of meat. I believe I did the math. It's enough hot dogs to go around the earth like 2 times.
So coming up to 10 laps to go on the season. Mott so far has led 15 plus laps here on the evening. He'll get set to control the field once again. Greenfield in the conversation once again.
Okay, I definitely gotta lean towards Sally Mott from that pole position. Being able to jump the restart here so late in this race is gonna be crucial. Burkhardt, though, with the fresh tires, he is sitting pretty. I think he's gonna have as good of a shot of anyone here.
9 laps to decide it. Who's going to get the final win of the season? They come up to the restart zone. Green flag is out. Mott trying to clear, does. It's 2 by 2, near 5 wide at the back.
And they're trying to sort it out back there for 10th on back. Still working on it. Sebastian going way wide. But meanwhile, Sally Mott has trouble going for the lead. Here comes Morgan Burkhardt looking inside, contact off of turn 4, both drivers bobble. Deacon Greenfield gets running. They're side by side across the line.
Burkhardt gets the lead lap. Mott scrapes the wall. Burkhardt quicker through the corner, able to clear with 8 laps to go. It's Morgan Burkhardt up front.
The run from Sally Mott starts to look inside, not quite able to get her nose in there. Burkhardt sends it late in the corner. Bob was a little bit able to hang on to it. Coming to 7 laps to go for Morgan Burkhardt.
How big will these chances be, Ray?
You can't count Sally out. You can't count a lot of these drivers up running the top 5, 7 out just yet, guys. This has been an amazing race so far. Lots of bumping and beating, and with coming to 6 to go, I think we're going to see a lot more of that.
Does Mott use the bumper? Got close to it that time. Now trying to get a better exit still. Toe-to-toe with Burkhardt. Burkhardt a little bit quicker for the time being. Coming to 5 laps to go. Another send.
Mott a little bit quicker last time by. Burkhardt washes up. Mott gets a run off the corner, able to stick her nose in the left rear quarter panel of Burkhardt. She'll have the inside line going through 1 and 2.
Burkhardt tries to squeeze. Mott forced to back out of it. Greenfield stays in line, waits behind Mott as Mott tries to force another lunge.
Mott right now within a car length of getting her 2nd win in 3 weeks. Sitting pretty though for that 3rd podium in 3 weeks. Just needs to run her race. I think she'll have a shot at getting the win, but Deacon Greenfield, I think, is definitely in the catbird seat there in 3rd.
Absolutely. If I'm Deacon Greenfield, I'm in the right spot right now with Sally and Morgan going head-to-head right now. Greenfield's got the bird's eye view of watching this happen, and I think he's going to be in the place because as Sally dives back in, these guys are going to get it.
No.
There she goes. Save it, save it, save it. Oh.
Mott not able to save it. Contact with the wall for the caution as more crashes at the back. Richardson's in the wall.
Heartbreak there for Sally Mott. Goes from 2nd, sitting pretty on the podium, having a pretty good shot at it, and not able to even contend for a top 5 now.
On the plus side, I don't think she had a whole lot of damage when she made contact with that wall, so we'll see what kind of comes out of it. We see the onboard right now. A little bit of front end damage. Hopefully doesn't affect her too much. I think she's still in a good spot right now, guys.
I'm not sure what happened there with Big Glenn Richardson. The man from Indiana with a plan. I don't think his plan included hitting the inside wall there, but it did. And now Deacon Greenfield, though, trying to take advantage of that, and now he's sitting pretty up there in second.
That hit, by the way, to the wall. Did not give him meatball flags. Josh Soto got our second DQ of the race for a jump start. So he's now done for the night. That'll score him at least in 11th position.
He still had the championship locked up, though. That's what's important.
Yes. It's been a good season for Soto. We'll give that mention once again for the championship. Most consistent out of those in the championship fight rate, and gets to take the crown for the championship tonight.
Absolutely, and I don't think ovals are his favorite thing in the world, but he's in there, keeping it clean. When it comes to road courses, he obviously was just cleaning this season, and we just want to put a thanks out to Soto for joining us this season, and congratulate him on his championship of our inaugural season.
So once again, to remind you how green-white checkers work here on the iRacing platform. To take the white flag, it's a race to the checkered. If we get a caution flag for the white flag, we will re-rack them and stack them. There are 3 attempts available in this event tonight. That means that if we get to the 3rd attempt and we still can't get to the white flag, the race will end under caution.
I don't think anyone wants that to happen. I think they want to race out. I mean, Morgan Burkhart there in the 14, Deacon Greenfield in the 20, Matthew Healy in the 53, Gareth Nyland in the 36, and Simon Sykes there in the 5. All these drivers have had an eventful night in their own regard. A penalty for some of them, an incident for others, going a lap down at one point, having to get a lucky dog. But every driver there, the top 5, has a pretty good shot at winning this thing. And got a couple others have had a quiet night, more eventful than others. Brian Chabowski in 6th, Vince Tolentino in 7th, Garrett Britton there, great debut run for him in 8th, and Glenn Richardson there in 9th, and Shy Mott running out your top 10. I believe those are our only drivers left running on the track. Steve Ray, you want to go back out there? It'll be about 39 laps down, but you can go back out to pick up some spots.
I mean, that's very tempting right now, honestly, guys.
It's going to be hard to do unless we get a lot of caution laps. But right now, getting set for what may be the last restart of the season. It's Burkhart, it's Greenfield on the front row, Healy and Nyland, Sykes in 5th, Chabelski 6th, Tolentino, Britton, Richardson, and Mott are your lead lappers with a chance. All set to go. Our first of 3 attempts. Green flag is out. Burkhart, well and clear.
A great launch there from Morgan Burkhart in the 14 machine. Closest car to chunk will be Matthew Healy in the number 53. The red car coming off the corner.
Will there be a chance for the bump and run? Still 3 more sets of corners to go. Burkhart coming to the white flag this time by.
Morgan Burkhart, I believe, double checking that. Burkhart doesn't have a win this season. What a season it'd be to go out, win their first race, the last race, and the biggest race of the year. And Burkhart's half a mile away from doing so.
2, 3, and 4 for the final time. A dominating race for Morgan Burkhart. He'll take the checker flag and pick up a win in Wings and Wheels to end the season. Drag race for second, Healy over Sykes. Nyland and Greenfield amongst your top 5 of the checkered.
Burn it down, Morgan Burkhart. Yeah, I mean, he's been quiet. He's been, contending for races here and there. He's never quite able to put one together when he needed to most, and able to end the season on a bang here and get to the biggest win of the season.
Top 3 look to celebrate things here. It's Burkhart, who's able to put up a dominating effort, leading more than 3/4 of the race on the way to the checkered. And as Burkhart adds damage to the car, more than making a burnout happen here, let's take a step aside. We come back post-race results and post-race coverage for the season finale for Wings and Wheels here on Maconi Entertainment.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Maconi Entertainment for post-race coverage of Wings and Wheels here from the Paperclip. Let's take a look at how things look unofficially for the race results tonight. Where Morgan Burkhardt gets his first one of the season and does so in the finale, does so by more than half a second over Healy. Sykes finishes third. Island and Greenfield amongst your top 5. Shabelski, Tolentino, Britton, and Richardson all on the lead lap. Mott did not finish on the lead lap.
I believe a late race incident there on the last lap made Mott get 1 lap down there. Joshua Sutter, their championship winner, season 1 champion there. He's going to finish in 11th. Trey Burke in 12th. Joseph Burns in 13th. Ray Mulvihill still technically on pit road, so he can go out there and run a lap if he wanted to. He's going to finish 14th. Dylan Lee in 15th. Max Milazzo in 16th. And Olivier Piatek started in 2nd. And early race penalty is going to collect him all the way down to 17th.
Let's look top to bottom at the running order here tonight as we get ready for post-race coverage. Lots of people standing on by to talk to here. So why don't we start things off? Race winner tonight, Morgan Burkhardt. Coming away with the victory here tonight. Morgan, dominating performance here in the car. How are you feeling about the run?
I felt pretty good. I think it's a lot of fun. Martinsville in a car that's really not supposed to do Martinsville is always an interesting challenge. So it's one I kind of live up to. I love doing these kinds of things. And this car is really difficult to drive around here because of how nose heavy it is on entry. So you can't drive it into the corner. You can't bend it into the corner. You can't, there's so many things you can't do that you want to do. So you kind of have to drive it backwards, which is interesting. But felt really good all night. I think I had some pretty good consistency, and I felt like I had really good advantage on the restarts, and I could kind of get out front and then just manage tire and wait for people to catch me, and then we'd get another restart, and then I could just keep doing that and doing that and doing that. So I think I had more tire than pretty much everybody else did towards the end of the race. I got into the wall once, though. I didn't think it was much, and then I came in for 4 tires towards the end, and it was like 35 seconds of optional repairs or something, and the car was not happy for the last 40-odd laps, but a lot of fun nonetheless.
Also wasn't it happy in terms of the balance? How would you describe that balance feel for the final half of the race then?
Well, it was a lot more difficult to find the window on entry of the corner. So usually you drive it in, get it to the ABS a little bit, and kind of manage that, and then it would push a little bit before you get down to the groove when the concrete starts. Then you get down to the groove, and you could get to the throttle, and it would squat on the right rear corner and then drive off the corner without really getting loose or understeering too much. And then after I hit the wall, it felt like I really couldn't use the ABS at all, and it would just get really unstable under braking. And then as soon as I'd get to the bottom and get to the groove about halfway through the corner and try and get to the power, it would just either push or get really loose, and it wasn't real predictable. But I mean, it came away. It wasn't that bad. It's just annoying, really. I mean, it didn't hurt performance that bad. So yeah, I just came away with it anyways.
Overall, your thoughts on this series in this season? Of course, it being the season finale tonight. Your thoughts on Wings and Wheels?
I mean, it's a great series, right? Like, this is something that not a lot of other people are doing. You don't really see MX-5s on an oval at all, let alone 3 or 4 times in a season. So, and it tagging on to that as well, this is really the only season or series around in the MX-5 where you're gonna get to race against people who drive the car in the real world. So like Sally Mott tonight, and we've had Nathan Nicholson and Aaron as regular fixtures all season. Being able to go up against the people you see do it on TV is really, really cool. Those guys are all really talented. Guys and girls are all really talented in this car, and Ray and everybody at Wings and Wheels does a really good job. A lot of other series you might find that there's problems in the session going up. It might be standing start sometimes. It might not have a fixed setup sometimes, but they do a really good job in, week out, getting everything right, and everything runs really smoothly. And it might not be big car counts, but as a first season, it's really not that bad. I mean, it stacks up there with better than a lot of the other series first seasons, and the draw of having pro drivers in it is one that I think will bring a lot of people for season 2.
Anyone you want to give a shout out to after tonight?
I'd love to just shout out Wings and Wheels. I mean, for putting on this series, it's a lot of fun. Never really driven this car at Martinsville before, and I got the opportunity to do it for 100 laps tonight. So really fun to go out and just lay down some laps, especially like I said, with all these professional drivers and really good sim racers. And Parallel Racing Group as well. I think there's some big things coming for us on the horizon. So stay tuned to Parallel Racing Group.
And congratulations on the run here tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Morgan Burkhart coming away with a very solid run in this race, coming away with the win in this one. Have a lot more people to go to next up in the order in terms of the race itself. Braden Laster now standing by with the USF champion when it comes to his speed in the rear wheel. The 2023 USF 2000 champion and a podium runner, Simon Sykes, is with Brayton.
Yeah, Simon, you started on the front row there, pulling, I believe, your debut race for this league, and had a bit of an oopsie there going to lap 1, turn 4. Took a while to get back up front, but you ultimately finished 3rd here tonight.
Yeah, I would say that race was a bit chaotic overall. Tires were a bit cold lap 1, got it around, immediately had to use my quick repair, but then it was a bunch of restarts the rest of the race, and somehow we ended up P3. A lot went on there, but it was a lot of fun. That's all I know.
Yeah, working your way up through the field. You made it up through the field around lap 60, lap 70. You get another into with Sally Ma. Have to restart the tail end of the field. A lot less cars at that point. But tell us a little bit like working your way up through the field. Did the restarts help you? Did the restarts hurt you? The cold tires, the warm tires, and kind of what went into that whole thought process?
Honestly, there was a lot that happened throughout that race from both tires and starts and restarts. I didn't want to take any tires at all, but I ended up taking a set on like lap 70 or something like that. And is the restarts, half of them helped me a lot and half of them killed me because I was a little bit thrown off with the restart timer or mile an hour counter from the front row. So I was trying to gauge that. So I ended up starting better when I wasn't on the front row, and had a lot of fun, making some passes around a tight track like this. But yeah, it was a bit chaotic. I didn't know what to expect, start to finish, and then the green-white checkered helped me a bunch that last restart. Got me all the way up to 3rd. So yeah, overall pretty satisfied.
Anybody want to thank him right to this 3rd place run here tonight?
Just everyone that was participating. It was a lot of fun racing with these guys. A bunch of whom I race in real life. So good competition among friends, and Ray for inviting me. But just the series as a whole, it's a lot of fun to do this race. Hope we can do some more soon.
Well, hopefully we see you next season. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and thank you for putting on a great show.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Again, Simon Sykes coming away 3rd spot. Deacon Greenfield now standing on side. Deacon, how would you describe this combination here tonight for you? 2nd in the points as well for the series.
Yeah, I'm really excited with that result. This has been a great league to run. My goal for tonight was really to just put my foot down and stay consistent, be safe, and bring home some points. That way I could secure that second place.
Overall, how would you describe that championship battle between you and the rest of the competitors this season?
Yeah, Soto's been a really hard competitor all season. Um, that win just still slipped out of my grasp, but I'm glad to be able to finish high enough to secure second. Had pressure from behind with Burns, so really kept me on my toes. This has been a great season.
Overall, though, how would you describe being a part of Wings and Wheels throughout this campaign and being a part of an organization in turn with this series that does a lot of work in the real world and also now in the virtual?
Yeah, I can't thank Wings and Wheels enough. This has been a great league. I know it's just been small getting started, but I'm sure this is going to grow because this is a great thing that we've got going here. And I would absolutely love to work with Wings and Wheels, not just in virtual, but in real life as well. They've been a fantastic foundation, and I can't wait to see what they do.
Any shout out you'd like to give here tonight?
Yeah, once again, want to thank Wings and Wheels for putting on a great league, OG Racing, Courage Motorsport, and my parents for helping me out.
Congratulations once again on the run here tonight.
Thank you.
Deacon Greenfield putting up a top 5 run, one of the top runners in championship standings. Also standing by, why don't we get the perspective of the rear world race? Sally Mott was leading laps in this race. She's with Braden Laster.
That's right. It's definitely one of their better showings this season. We've seen you up front quite a bit, but you were up front this entire race, and unfortunately, a rough ending. Tell us about your race, though. Sorry, do you have a copy? I do not think she is here, boys.
Apologies there. We'll see if we can get Sally Mott back in after that one. Believe we do have second place that's now also joined on in. Road racer in midget competition. I believe this is Matthew Healy now joining us. Matthew, do you have a copy?
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy indeed. How would you describe your night after some slips and slides? You're in second in the end.
I can't believe it. That was a huge race of attrition, and I thought we were out of it with about 20, 25 laps to go. Unfortunately, I was just really still learning the track, really. Just working the third and second gear, and I hit second, got a little bit loose. I apologize. I believe I got into the 63 there. I don't recall his name, but I apologize to him not trying to hit anybody on the racetrack. But we got a bit into him. I thought our day was over, and just we made it through the big one and put ourselves in a pretty good spot there with a few laps to go. We were able to pull up to P2. I wish I would have had a shot for P1. However, we did suffer a little bit of damage on the big one, and we were able to limp it home to a P2. I mean, we didn't have that much speed in practice. I think we practiced like 9th or 10th. So to come home to a P2 is a really good day for us.
Overall, how would you describe the difficulty of this combination? We've seen a lot of people slip and slide tonight.
This combination is really fun. I actually had the privilege to go down to the testing day for the Mazda MX-5 series at Martinsville, and that was a sight to behold. It was really cool racing, and I love what the series is doing. And when I seen a Facebook post from Brayton Laster about a Mazda MX-5 race at Martinsville tonight, and I said, why not check it out? It was a little bit slipperier than I thought it was, and like I said, it took me a while to really get used to the track and to really just figure out the gear shifting, when to shift, when not to shift. But once we figured it out, we had some pace there and went towards the front. But this is just such a cool event, and I hope everything goes good this Saturday. If it's anything like iRacing, it's going to be a damn good time.
Overall, though, will we see you in future events, you think, for Wings and Wheels? This, of course, being the finale.
I mean, a little bit of attrition, but I mean, you're going to see that with a lot of new faces here. I mean, there was a good spread of experience. I mean, there were a few beginners, a few pro drivers that just blew my doors off. So it was a lot of fun. I feel like this is a good place where I can kind of settle in and build, and maybe you'll see me here for an event or two next season.
Anyone want to give a shout out to?
I gotta give a shout out to my buddy Colin James Maybe. He was the one who actually pointed me in the direction of this event. So I wouldn't have ran tonight if it wasn't for him. He sponsors me in the Xfinity and Cup series on the iRacing side, Chef Colin Maybe or Big Money Media. He sponsors a lot of, ARCA truck and Xfinity guys. I believe he sponsored Brayton for a few races last year. I think he was on for a few races this year as well. So he's around the garage area, really cool guy to hang out with. And I appreciate him pointing me in the right direction.
And he makes incredible chicken wings.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Congratulations once again on the run here tonight, Matt.
Thank you, sir.
Matthew Healy coming away with a podium finish after a rock and sock'em type of night. Sally Mott, we now have back in the booth. She's with Braden.
Sorry, your race, your whole night has gone from good to bad, to even it's following into the interview process. So tell us a little about your night, though.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was like the most that I've been in the front, and I actually got to take the green a couple of times, and I was racing with Morgan, which Morgan is really fast. So I was like, okay, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, it was really fun. I got a good taste of what it's like to be one of the fast guys. So hopefully I can take this momentum and keep it up.
Now, we've talked about your momentum you've had going into this race in the final second half of the season. You were looking good there, looking pretty good odd-wise to get your third podium, I guess, in third race, or 3 races. But your second win, possibly even, you won that race back at Road Atlanta, got third at Watkins Glen last time out. And building momentum now, season 2, I know Reyes has got to plan a couple things. Are we going to see you in season 2?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure. I hope to have a couple of wins under my belt next season. I think it's only going to get better from here. So I'm very enthusiastic about it. I think it'll be good.
Of course, anybody want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Roundtree Towers, Cobble Commercial, Team Dakota, and Janie Moore. And that is what is my real life livery for this weekend in 2 days. So I'm really excited. I get to run a new livery, have some new stickers, hero cards, koozies. Gonna have some media people from Heartworks. So we're representing a really good cause. And yeah, I hope I can bring them some good exposure.
Okay, well, thank you for taking the time to talk with us, and thank you for putting on a great show.
Thank you.
Now, in Monavance, the railroad competitor is going to be hitting the track in a couple days' time. And we already mentioned Joshua Soto securing the championship in the past couple races. Why don't we go to him next in the pecking order as Soto comes away as this first series champion. Soto, welcome to the booth. You're officially the champion tonight.
Awesome. Yeah, this series has been really great. Like, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome to be the series, season 1 champion.
Overall, how would you describe your feel and comfortability with this racetrack?
I felt very comfortable into this coming into this race. I had just got it like a couple minutes ago, but the first half of the race, I was kind of struggling on the starts. The car would get very loose, but after a couple laps, I started to get the hang of it, and then towards the end, I started to get the hang of it. Fortunately, I didn't know that we couldn't pass in the inside. So on the restart, I had got a penalty.
Overall, how would you describe your championship season here in Wings and Wheels?
Oh, it was very fun, very nice racing. Everybody was very respectful, and yeah, it was a very interesting series, very different than a lot of the leagues that I've been in on iRacing, and yeah, it just offered like a very different approach, but it was very fun overall.
Anyone want to give a shout out to here?
Oh yeah, I want to thank my sponsor, Academy Sim Racing. I want to thank the Wings and Wheels Foundation with Ray and Bree Mobile Hill. I want to thank Jeff Maconi with Maconi Entertainment, and I also want to thank GGT Energy Solutions for their contributions as well.
Congratulations once again here on the run tonight.
Thank you so much.
Joshua Soto coming with the championship and rounding out the post-race interviews here. Joining us now in the booth here is Bree Mulvihill. Bree, First of all, welcome to the broadcast booth. Second, how would you describe things from your perspective for this series and this season for Wings and Wheels?
Hey, thanks for having me. This was such a great season. It was a great start for something that we worked very hard for. The guys put this all together, and it's been a great time for them to kind of do something all together because they're all in different series on their own. So it's great for them to have a place to come together and work on the same team and on the same races, but it's also been great to spread the word and kind of let everyone know what Wings and Wheels is and what we do.
Of course, the Wings and Wheels Foundation helping lots of drivers make that bridge of the gap between talent and cost shrink, so to speak. How big is it to be able to put in that work throughout the year, see a lot of these drivers get chances in the real world as well?
Absolutely. They are the why of the whole foundation, and it's great to watch these guys on their journey and where we're able to pick them up and guide them along and help them make connections. And we really are just a support system. These guys are working tooth and nail and really grinding their feet in and doing what it takes to move to the next level, and we really just get to be a support system to watch them grow and exceed and fill in when need be.
So overall, from your perspective at least, what does the future look like, not just with this series, but with Wings and Wheels, with the remainder of the year and coming into the new year?
So for the series, I believe we're looking at starting season 2 here shortly. Stay tuned for details coming up on that. We're really excited to see what season 2 brings and all of the improvements that we can make moving forward to make a better season even better. As far as the season for Wings and Wheels, we're kind of winding down. Everybody's finishing up their season, and we get to restructure with everyone, possibly add in a new ambassador or two, depending on where everybody lands. And we really get to restructure and start planning for next year and what we can do and where we can place everyone.
On that note, anything else you'd like to make note of before we let you get going here tonight?
I don't think so. I really just can't thank GGT Energy enough for coming alongside us and seeing the value in what we're doing with this race series and becoming our sponsor. To Maconi and all of you with the production crew, you guys have done a great job, and I can't thank all of the drivers and all of the time that everyone's put into making this event successful.
Thank you very much for your time once again, Bree.
Thank you.
Bree Mulvihill joining us here, a part of the post-race coverage. I'd like to thank everybody for taking time to speak with us during post-race coverage here on Maconi Entertainment. Ray, your final thoughts from your perspective on this season, as in the end, see a new winner and our champion officially crowned.
Once again, we got to give congratulations to Josh Soda being the inaugural championship winner. Congrats to him. I want to thank everyone who's competed in this from day one. Even with just one race, I'd like to thank them for coming out and having the fun with Wings and Wheels and GGT, and we hope to make season 2 just that much better. I want to thank you and Brayton and Jeff, everything you guys done for Maconi Entertainment. You guys have been amazing to work with. We can't thank you enough. Sam and the guys from GGT Energy, they help make this possible. We can't thank them enough for that. Yeah, I look forward to giving the details of season 2. As soon as we get those finalized, we'll be putting those out, and hope to see you all then. One other thing about Wings and Wheels, if you guys are in Indianapolis during PRI, December 12th, 13th, 14th, we'll have a booth. Bree will be leading the booth then. Come by, say hi, get to meet us face to face. We'd love to have you.
It'll be a fun time, to say the very least, this upcoming December, and should be interesting for the future for this series. Brayden, your thoughts on the race tonight to end off the championship?
I think, coming in tonight, we knew it was going to be a great race, and that was definitely one of the greatest spectacles in Mazda MX-5 racing. I'm sure the real thing will go off without a hitch as well. So we're really excited to see how that, comes to play. Sally might able to get some seat time and a couple other drivers as well, kind of get experience and hopefully, the racing here tonight was able to help him, and it'd be really cool if we were able to see a driver that ran in these races tonight is able to go and get a real Martinsville spot. Or 50,000 hot dogs. If I ever won at Martinsville, I'd probably take 50,000 hot dogs over Martinsville spot. But I think the season definitely was a fun one to watch. Josh Soto came home victorious many times. I think next season competition is going to be at an unspeakable and unfathomable level.
So on that note, just about set to come to a close for this season and for this campaign. Calling the action tonight was myself, Justin Prince, alongside me in the booth throughout the season, Braden Laster, tonight's producer, Logan Threlkiel. Also joining us, Ray Mulvihill, throughout this evening. Thanks to our viewers for watching tonight's racing action. We hope you stay tuned to our social media pages for our next race. Thanks to the entire staff for their work in bringing this racing to you. This has been a production of Maconi Entertainment. We'll see you next time.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.